Welcome to Crypto Today. I'm your host, Travis Tapleshay. Today I'm joined by Bitcoin financial advisor, Moses Sanchez. How are you?
Hello, everybody.
We're keeping our 6 feet separation, so we're doing what we're trying to do here. I'm very excited to have you here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
One of the reasons why we have you on Crypto Today is to talk about Bitcoin, which, again, you are a financial advisor of. I have some emailed questions from certain people, if you don't mind answering those.
No, absolutely not.
Right.
That's why I'm here.
All right. We'll start with a couple awesome questions that a lot of people who have questions, when it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to investing, things that are centered around that.
Absolutely.
One of my first questions from a email would be, do you have to have a lot of money to invest in Bitcoin?
Travis, that's a good question because I get a lot of it. I've heard the old saying where you need to have a lot of money to make money. And this question is, no, you don't need it. However, the nice thing about it is, like, for example, if you have a budget of $500 or $1,000 and you could put that every month into crypto, you could do that. If you want to put down $1,500, you can. Once again, it's your own choice and your own pace. And that's what we show. So how to do that.
Very cool. Why do you think that crypto is the wave of the future?
Well, guess what? It's already here.
It's already here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Crypto technology is already here. It's already starting to take over. Bitcoin is the big daddy, is the one that came out and started the whole thing. And it started all because of a recession in 2008. And guess what? Bitcoin was born in 2009.
Wow.
It's recession proof.
Okay.
And they call it, of course, digital gold. So digital gold, basically there's 21 million Bitcoins made.
Wow.
Out of 21, there is no more. Like the Feds, they keep on printing more money, more money, more money. They could just print more paper. But with Bitcoin, you can't. It stops it. They call it a hedge. That's it.
Right.
21 million, period.
And talk about that. What would be the hedge? What would be considered the hedge fund?
Hedge fund is very simple. Like, for example, like if you invest in a digital currency, so not necessarily that you have to put your money in Bitcoin. You can. One Bitcoin today is, get a load of this. Back in 2009, it was 5 cents.
Wow.
Today, one Bitcoin right now is $90 to $100 for one Bitcoin.
Just for one coin?
For one coin.
One coin.
One
okay.
coin, that's
all
it.
Right. All right.
It blows your mind.
When it comes to, obviously, having a Bitcoin, you mentioned a digital wallet.
That is correct.
Do I have to be a computer genius to know exactly what's going on with that?
The funny part is I get that all the time.
Okay,
They're like,
all
hey,
right.
Well, hold on a second. I'm not really good on the computer. I'm not a computer genius.
Right.
And I go, listen, bottom line is, do you have a cell phone? Well, yeah. Okay, well, there you go. Cell phones nowadays are the computers, guys.
Right.
Okay? You carry a cell phone, guess what? There's your Facebook, there's your bank account. You
all
have
your
it all.
apps.
That's
all
right.
Your apps are right there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be a computer genius.
So, like I said, we want to make sure that it can be something that all people can,
Absolutely, I
have
agree
that
with you.
option to invest and put that time in. That being said, if I'm a person that's maybe working odd hours or not having a chance to keep an eye on it, is that going to affect me if I don't have the time to watch it? Every
Travis,
day? I can't be a day trader.
And I get it. Look, we all have jobs, okay? And the bottom line is, some of us work 40 hours, some of us work 60 hours, and we don't have time to just keep an eye on it.
Right.
So what I do is when I meet with a customer or a client, I basically let them know, okay, there's 5,563 digital coins. Right. So it's not just about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is what started the whole thing.
Right.
So what we do is we build their wallet. It's their wallet, not my wallet. I got my own.
Right.
And once we do that, they put the money in there and let it go. All I ask is very simple, guys. Invest 2 to 3 years, and in 2 to 3 years, when you open that, you're going to be buying me a cup of coffee every day, because I promise you one thing, there ain't no shame on this, guys. It's out there.
We'll get what kind of coffee you like a little bit later on. Just
you got it.
If you are in a situation where you need to figure out how much a certain rate is or which one I want to go with, if I were to do a Google search, why is it that Bitcoin is so high? What's the meaning behind that?
Well, remember, as I mentioned, there's 21 million, okay?
Okay.
So right now, you got to understand one thing. The economy, guys, is not doing well.
Right.
Okay, we're calling it a recession now. It's becoming a recession, so things are not going to get better. For example, if you go to, say, a bank, and you put $1,000 in a savings account, did you know, Travis, that $1,000 that you put in the account You know how much you're going to get back per month?
$2 a month, $3 a month.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That'd be
well,
great,
guess
yeah.
what? Because they're not paying you enough, you're going to get a penny.
Wow.
A penny
Wow.
for $1,000 to put it in their account.
That seems strange because you're telling me that Bitcoin, my return rate would be so much more.
It is a lot more, but you got to understand, yeah, just because Bitcoin started this whole chain reaction, Pandora's box has been open and they
Right.
can't put the lid back on it, guys,
Right.
okay? And the bottom line, there's a lot of coins besides Bitcoin. There's Ripple, there's Ethereum, there's like I said, there's 5,563 different coins.
Wow.
And I show you the navigation and which way to go, so you're not out there investing like what they used to call it penny stocks,
I was gonna ask you about
high-risk
that.
stuff, right?
Right,
That you,
right.
well, it's a penny. Well, okay, you invested a penny, but the chances are that company is going to go flat to the floor.
Wow.
You know, because it's a high-risk
Right.
stock.
Right.
Well, digital is basically like a stock market, but it's called a crypto market.
Right.
And the crypto market works completely the opposite. And with today, the way things are going right now, with inflation, now we're talking about hyperinflation, because what did the Fed just do? They printed a lot of this money, guys.
Right, right.
This money just popped out of the air like this. All of a sudden, okay, I got a $1,200 paycheck from the Feds. You got a $1,200. Well, someone's got to pay for all that, guys.
Right.
Well, look at the number one thing that's happening right now. You go to the grocery store right now, you buy $100 worth of groceries. I guarantee you're going to be walking out with 2 little bags.
That's right. Yeah.
Inflation is already starting to kick in because
Price
of the
gouging,
recession.
as they call it, right?
Well, it's
yeah.
not necessarily price gouging, but the bottom line is when you print too much money, the value of the dollar starts reducing. So what a dollar used to get you, now you walk in, it's a perfect example. Walk into a store with $1 and tell me what you could buy.
Maybe a pack of gum.
If you're lucky.
If I'm lucky, yeah,
Absolutely, that's it. So in order to go to the supermarket nowadays, you need about $4 to $5 in order to walk out with something that makes sense.
Right. That's insane. I mean,
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It is absolutely crazy.
Now, we talk about Bitcoin. We talk about all these Coinbase. Why is it called digital gold? What's the meaning behind it? You mentioned a digital wallet. Why is it called digital gold?
Well, digital gold, simple reason is because you got something that came out in 2009, okay? And right now for 1 ounce of gold, if you guys look it up at this moment, 1 ounce of gold, it's going to be running about $17.32.
Really?
$17.32
Wow.
for 1 ounce of gold.
Wow.
Digital gold for Bitcoin is much different because right now 1 Bitcoin is going to cost you $9,200 plus for 1 Bitcoin. But the nice thing about it is I can't take my 1 ounce of gold to the supermarket and say, okay, I'm going to go buy milk, I'm going to go buy bread. How are you going to do that?
It's not feasible, right?
Absolutely.
Not feasible.
So with digital gold, Bitcoin or other coins out there, what you do is you transfer it over, sell it. Now, where do you want to put it at? You want to convert it into cash. Simple. Let's put it in your Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and guess what you could go do with it? Swipe it at the supermarket like that.
That's nice.
See, that's what makes it so convenient. Very powerful tool, but it's also a fantastic investment, and that's why I'm here, because I'm excited. This is something out there that, did you know, Travis, that, like for example, J.P. Morgan Chase, about 2 years ago said, hey, anybody in my company buys Bitcoin, I will fire them.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, it was all over. Jamie Dimon, I believe.
Okay.
So Jamie Dimon came out and says, if anybody buys Bitcoin, I will fire them. Well, guess which one of the hedge funds are using right now? They actually have a coin that they're heavily invested in, that's Ethereum.
That's one of the 523, right? And different ones.
That's right.
That's
That's
insane,
one of the
yeah.
biggest ones that they're investing in right now.
Now, what about the regular Joe? I mean, we were talking about, where you have the opportunity to go swipe and make a purchase. I'm sure this had to be like a high-end store. It'd have to be something online. I can't just walk into like a 7-Eleven or a place like that, another convenience store, and purchase things, could I?
Absolutely, you can.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely. See, where's the confusion comes in, because when they say digital, well, digital money. No, guys, your bank right now, when you do one transfer to another transfer, you're doing it digital already.
Right.
The only difference is that now you got this digital gold, and you need to take a little piece of it because now you got to go pay rent, for example. So I'm going to sell some of that Bitcoin or Ethereum, Ripple, put it back into my checking account, and guess what I could do? Swipe it.
Make purchases you need to. So,
That's right.
in a sense, digital currency is digital money. Is
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
I'm astonished that more people aren't doing this. Why do you feel that more people aren't doing it?
The problem is here's the thing, Travis. Knowledge is power.
Right.
Okay.
I agree with you.
In 2016, I had $30,000 sitting in a savings account that I didn't know what to do with. And I looked and I looked. One of my biggest goals was when I hit 45 was to pay off my house.
Right.
And I did that. After I paid off the house, there was $30,000 sitting in the savings account with the bank, and I wasn't collecting very much. And I looked at my wife and I go, honey, I don't know what to do with this. It took me 1 year, 2 months to figure it out. Finally, I looked at my wife and I go, honey, get the money out of the savings account, put it into the checking account. We're going to invest it. She goes, you're crazy. What are you thinking? I go, honey, this technology is doing this, this, and that, and it's rapid. My wife, she goes, well, if you lose it, I don't want to hear about it. That's her thing. She goes, if you lose it, I don't want to hear about it. But you know what I told her?
Do you think she'd feel more comfortable if you went to Vegas and just blew it there versus investing in Bitcoin?
Well, guess what? For the first time now, she's like, honey, do it your way.
Wow.
I've been married for 31 years,
Oh,
okay?
wow.
And 31 years, all I kept doing, okay, honey, you got it, honey. But now my wife's looking at me completely different because she's like, oh my God, Moses, this is amazing. This is changing our lives. And I go, honey, I know. It's like a dream, but it's not a dream because it's right there. So getting back to that point, that 30,000, I invested it. Well, in 2016, I took it all out in December. When I took it out, I put it back into, because once again, I was thinking, wow, how am I making this money? It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So when I sold it, I used Chase as a vessel to put it back in. So now my wife's doing her digital bills online. She opens up the account and she goes, oh, Moses, you're not going to believe this. Chase really messed up. I go, what are you talking about? They really messed up. Oh my God, there's $78,000 in the account. How's that possible? And I looked at her going, 75 of it I put in there. She, what? Out of a $30,000 investment? I go, yeah, $30,000. I wanted to see it from digital to cash, so I cashed it out.
Wow.
She looked at me, she goes, you're kidding, so are you taking the $30,000 back out? I looked at her, I go, no, we're going to go with it. Well, that's changed our lives.
Wow.
And that secret, guys, it's that 1% elite that knows those secrets.
Wow, that's crazy.
And, well, think about it for 1 second. If JP Morgan, Chase is using that technology, and they're using it for investment, and now you go to Chase, for example, and you put in $1,000, and you get a penny. Let me get this, a penny a month? So I'm going to make 12 cents on my $1,000?
Crazy.
That's crazy.
What about people who want to invest in like offshore accounts, so want to put their money away? What would you have to say to them? They say that's where all the money's at. That's where my money's protected, not digital-based coins.
Well, if they want to go offshore, they can. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. The problem is that, is it working for you?
Right.
That's the difference. Is it working out there for you? Here's a good question, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because digital money, here's how it works. You and I are talking right now.
Sure.
Correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. So right now, my account is a digital wallet. So what that digital wallet is doing right now is literally going in circles around the world through what do you call it, up in the air? Satellites.
That's right.
This is what it's doing. So guess what? They can't come after me with my money. It's locked up. The only way to unlock it is by my tablet, password, and other things you got to do to secure your wallet. So, but once again, I don't know about you, but it's like having $1,000 and it's going, okay, Dad, I'll see you later, Travis.
Right.
I'm going to go get a job. Next thing you know, you look at $1,000 and $1,000. Here comes 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Now that $1,000 has made you, let's say, $150.
Right.
Now it's making you $250. Well, that feels good that my money's working for me. Because here's the thing. We're out there at this moment chasing the frickin' dollar. We're chasing it, guys. Every 2 weeks we get paid and it goes out.
Right to our bills, right to our
Absolutely.
creditors, yeah.
And then you try to put a little money to the savings account. Someone told me many years ago, Moses, do you know the difference between a poor person and a rich person? I go, well, the rich person has more money. He goes, no, Moses. The rich person is always looking for that investment.
That's right.
poor person's just looking how to put the money underneath the mattress or go to the bank and put it in a savings account. Boom, it hit me in the eyeballs. It never went away from me, and it's been in my head. And now I look at things a little different, and I've been doing this since 2016. My wife's like, well, how much are you going to put over there? Oh, I'm going to put in this particular coin. This. My wife's like, okay, honey, that's fine. Okay, guess what? When it grows, I watch it and I go, look, hon, look what it's making. Our money's growing. It's doing its job.
It's getting invested. It's doing a lot of good things there. That's
Absolutely.
Really cool.
You got to keep looking for investments, okay? And the bottom line is there's nothing wrong with putting your money in the bank account and saving it, but it's not working for you.
Right.
I'd rather have my money working for me because that's what's achieving my goals.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure,
and people are scared too. People right now are like, well, maybe I shouldn't go buy that car. Maybe we should hold off right now because look what's going on. Here comes elections. Here comes a recession. Well, the nice thing about digital currency, they call it a recession-proof, guys. Okay, so and that's what I teach. So you're not scared to put your money somewhere.
I like that. That's really cool. That's very cool.
Thank you.
If someone wants to get in touch with you regarding Bitcoin or about, let's say, financial advice or counseling, how can they reach out to you? What would be
simple? They could call me at 760-912-5852 and just text me only. If it's a call, I will not pick up. I'm going to tell you that, guys, now.
There we go.
Okay, I'm doing this on my own will.
Right.
There's not a company behind me that says sponsored by.
Right.
Okay, it's just myself. Okay,
Right.
guys, I'm a very simple person, but to me, I enjoy it because what crypto's done for me, it could do for other people.
Sure.
And that's changing lives, guys. Because the most important thing is, the more you learn, the powerful you become. So if you learn, oh my God, I just learned a skill. Now, if I want to become a truck driver, what do I have to do? I have to go to truck driving school, pay $1,800, and I become a truck driver. Now I'm making $50,000, $60,000 a year. It's a career. Same thing here. You learn something from me. Yeah, there's a fee, absolutely.
Sure.
I'm not cheap. I'm not a Happy Meal.
No. This is not free advice. This is something
absolutely,
you want to help people with. Yes.
absolutely. But one thing I will teach is one simple thing, Travis. That the moment there was a story a long time ago. There was this Chinaman, and the Chinaman was walking up and down the street, and he had his fishing pole and his little basket, and there was people in the corner, father, mother, 2 kids, and they have a sign in front of them that says, "We'll work for food." Well, the Chinaman kept doing that, and they kept seeing them every day. They kept then with the little sign. So one day the Chinaman looks at the father and says, "You come with me." Guy looks and goes, "Okay, honey, I'll be right back. Keep an eye on the kids." Takes off with the Chinese man. Chinese man tells him, "Now you watch me." Chinese takes him out to the lake. He pulls a little bamboo stick, gets a little rope, puts a little rope on top of it, gets a Coke can. When he takes the Coke can, he takes the top piece of the Coke can, scratches against the rocks, makes a little hook. Then, after he's done all that, he digs in the ground, picks up a worm, puts it on the hook, and he casts it. 2 seconds later, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, whoop, here comes about a minute. He pulls it out, and there's a beautiful fish.
Wow.
So he looks at that guy and he goes, "You do what I did." So he tries to take the Chinese cane, the little bamboo, and he goes, "No, you do what I do." Okay, so the guy goes out, cuts his bamboo, gets a stick, gets a Coke can, digs into the ground, pulls out the worm, hooks it up, throws it and casts it out. Well, guess what? He pulls it out and he catches a fish.
Wow.
What did that Chinese man show this man?
He taught him how to
Provide for
right.
his family.
Right.
And that's what I do. I show you how to provide for your family, so you're not standing there trying to figure out, well, how do we do this? Where do we go with this? Where do we invest? So we go online. Should we go look at, guys, there's too much out there.
Right.
I make it simple. It's on one-on-one, okay? I don't sell you a course. Here, guys, buy my books. I don't have a book, okay?
You're simply here to provide the information that people need.
Absolutely, Travis.
Education.
Education is
people.
the powerful tool.
Right. Well, I really appreciate this. I know that there's a lot of people that probably would want to contact you. They probably, if not
Absolutely.
already, I can hear your phone over there vibrating, so I'm assuming they're text message you. Anything else that we could end on? Any last word of advice you want to give someone? Give maybe a free tip.
Well, here's a free tip, guys, okay? And this was a client of mine, a client that didn't have very much money. And this was back at the end of March. It was the recession just started hitting, a stock market crash.
Right.
She goes, Moses, I only have $1,000. I said, okay, well, here, I'll tell you what to do. Put it on this particular coin right here. She puts it in there. I get a call from her, and this was about a week ago. And remember, I don't pick up calls.
Right.
So I stopped it. So she left me a message, and I do check my messages. She tells me, Moses, thank you so much for the advice. That really did change my account. Because she bought this particular coin for 48 cents.
Wow.
She spent $1,000 for this, for all those coins. She got 2,026 of those particular coins. Well, guess what, guys? The coin, I just saw it just before we came in here. That coin right now is trading for $1.17.
That's insane.
It's out there.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. I teach you how to get there, guys. Okay? And that's why I'm here.
To discover, to help people. That's so awesome.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you coming out and talking about this. You guys, if you want to get in touch with Moses, how can they reach you?
760-912-5852, or you could email me at crypto1guru@gmail.com. Okay? And that's the best way to get a hold of me. But remember, just text me if you're going to do it on my phone. Text me on it, and I'll get back to you on that, and then we could talk one-on-one.
There you go, and give you some awesome, solid advice.
Absolutely.
Hey, for Crypto Today, I've been your host, Travis Tapleshay. This has been Moses Sanchez. Thank you so much for your time.